So I brought every shelf on Amazon. I'm saying shelf, bookshelves, shelves, side tables, all the little stuff that kind of looks like it's going to be amazing. How good actually is it? So I've got this set up here now. I'm going to show you. This is a cube system. It's like a shelving system which you put together. It's made out of boxes of cubes. It's like a fabric material. Each container kind of holds its own weight, and it does quite well because the thing is, these are boxes. It's basically like a metal frame with a fabric plastic membrane. I've put lots of lenses in here, cameras in here. It held up the weight surprisingly, and that was a nice option. I've got it as my backdrop to our podcast where we actually have it as shelving. There's loads of options on Amazon these days, you will know. These little shelves looked quite like smart. I thought, let me try these out. You will need a bit of DIY skills because you need to screw this on the wall. They are great, and a bit of fire, to be honest with you. Looking at them, what you can do is actually use them for little extra bookshelves in the background, a bit of fanciness just to give you a bit of interest, like a bit of decoration. If you're doing videos, it actually does do nice in the background as an option. So looking at it, you get a big, small and medium nice little setup of shelves, and these will be a set of 3, and there's loads of little designs in these, like the veneer can be a different color. I went for this slightly light dark effect which looked good. And the metal brackets themselves, on Amazon you can see there's varying differences on these. You will need to get the hammer out and the drill out unless you go for a really lightweight Velcro, those little Velcro pull tab things, maybe the small ones. I don't know if those would work though, because these are quite heavy. But if you've got a bit of a gaming setup, it's a nice look at here. So you'll see if you are quite good at DIY, it's the case of drilling a hole at the right dimension for the plug, hammering in a plug, putting in a screw, and then just slotting the actual shelves on. So they are relatively cheap. I'll show you links to everything I'm talking about in the description, so check those out. But I would say books and little extra setups would be great on here as a nice display piece. You'll see I've got a little fake plant there which looks quite nice, and if you sit in front of this, the weight of these are quite nice because you can actually load them up if you screw them in the wall with the heavier items. So maybe like a plant, a camera, a light, something in the background like figurines, or if you collect any like special anime characters, anything like that. So on these I put them on the wall, and of course here's like a little succulent plant which gives you an idea. Just keep them level, and I had a little side table at the bottom with a lamp on, so as the lamp comes on the light disperses throughout the wall, so it makes like a bit of a feature wall. In the same time, these are quite cheap as well. These are floating shelves, hexagon shape, and they work quite nice because it's like if this blank wall behind me was just blank, it'd look a bit boring. So these are cheap, lightweight, and you'll be surprised I put these up with actually Velcro tabs, so I didn't screw these on because I'm not putting much weight. So you'll see you can put little figurines on there to look nice, and here's that little Velcro tabs. They level it out and you stick them on. They're double-sided, and you can actually adjust them slightly just to make sure they're in the right spot. Again, this is all Amazon specials, so thank you to trusted creators. I was able to buy all this and test it out over a period of time, and they come with like a little screw set if you want to screw them in the wall. However, I found the Velcro tabs were easier because these were lightweight. They come in sets of 3, 5 and 2, so you can pick out the right ones for you and just add a little bit of interest to your house. This last one's a bit of a mix. It's like a lamp as well as shelves. So you've got 3-tier shelving unit with a lamp on top. That's quite amazing because you get full on actual good quality feel with this. So I like this. I like this more than the rest because it rests on the floor, so you don't need any drilling in the walls. If you're in an apartment, it's nice and tall. I'm 5'8", so it kind of comes to my height, and the lamp has a nice plug on it, as well as a little button so you can turn it on and off without having to go to the wall for the mains power. And you can move this around, putting it in the right spot. The wire can feed around the back, so you can actually use a bit of cable ties and just hide the cable if you wanted to. And it fits nicely with my little computer desk, the Ferrino computer desk, which I did a separate video on the channel where we did like a review of multiple desks, so do check that out. You'll be surprised. You get a lot of nice, interesting, cheap options just to give your house a bit of a nice feel and look. So this Ferrino desk goes nicely with that setup, and there's different ideas of putting it together. I will show you how I put that lamp together. So it comes in a nice box, and each layer is screwed together, so you don't need many tools at all. Just keep an eye on the guide of it. I've sped this video up to show you how tall this gets, And also the upper section with the lamp, you could put LED lamp in there, so energy saving bulb, which will be a nice ambient temperature. So see how smart that looks, sleek lines. If you've got a contemporary feel apartment, you can actually make this look really nice. You'll see there's a number of these. This one is my favorite, Vasagal, and other brands make these tables, and they all look nice put together. And you can see here, like, it's made its own little feature corner, so if you live stream or make videos, you can have that in the background. And how nice would that look, just like if you're doing like vlogging or talking. And in addition to those, you'll be surprised that there is a nice weights option and flowery power, because this one is screwing together. Why? Well, no tools required. This is a Forino, and it's well put together. It's like plastic tubing. Think of like a Meccano set, Lego set. However, when you put it together, it is quite sturdy and surprisingly will hold up quite nicely next to your bedside table. So here you can see I'm screwing the sections together. All of these fit nicely in the room. You can get 2 of these and put them each side of your desk, and it looks quite like interesting. So keep that in mind if you want to keep some easy to use. If you live in an apartment and you move around constantly, this will be something to kind of think about. You can have it for like a breakfast table alongside your bed, a little bit of tea and keys, and your essentials in the hallway maybe even. And this one's quite a nice option because it's a nice contemporary feel. And again, I'm talking about all of these in the description. You'll see links to them. I bought 2 different designs, and you can actually see how much these cost. They're plastic. The tubes are plastic, and the in sections are like an MDF type material. So you'll see I got these 2 here, and yeah, each side of your chimney, they look quite nice. They're nice and low, so next to your bedside table they will do well. And again, I'm going to give you a quick overview of how you can put these together, as well as other options. So like, there's different types of bedside tables that you can pick up, and they're magical actually, because they are small. They've got a little box in there, so you can put extra essentials and hide them away. This is the size of the box, a nice equal option, not too heavy, so you can pick it up yourself, take it upstairs if you live in an apartment, and each section can be put together. It is quite tricky to put together because it's made out of wood, and it's like quite hard to figure out all the pieces. Take your time, look at the guide, try and match the photos in terms of how they have placed their items on the photo, and you should be okay. So you'll see here, that's like about 30 minutes it took me to put it together, and it's a nice option with a little drawer in the middle, so you can put pencils away and hide things within that. So definitely a great option just to keep you going. Nice. Yes, definitely nice. I think this is something that will help you, and you will be able to keep this in your house. There's additional things that I find quite interesting, and I thought, you know what, let me have a look at this. Is this any good? This is like a Forino kind of desk that we looked at before, as well as their little screw together things. This is like a hi-fi stand, music stand, a display unit. This is the size of the box. You can actually screw it together, use it as like a cinema system. If you've got a small TV, you can put that in the middle of there. If you want it to be a focal point, you can put figurines, lava lamps, like loads of little accessories on there, like a TV stand situation. And again, this is all easy to put together. And again, I'm going to show you these in the description. If you want a gaming setup on there's a few desks that they do as well, so maybe check those out. They're lightweight. I did a full review about 5 different desks, so you can see slightly better ones if you want to look for a heavier unit to kind of hold weight or screw together. Again, this is a nice little option. I'm building it upside down, and as you put them together, you can actually flip it upside down, and then you've got your feet there, and it holds in place very nicely. So you know what, I was quite surprised with all of these. Out of all of them, I think my best one was the lamp. You know, the lava lamp, the lamp that's actually the light built in with the lamp and the 5-tier. I like that the best because that was easiest to put together. It looked good, it was multifunctional, so if you have small space, it's actually quite good to have that around because you can use it in multiple ways. You've got a light as well as storage. But this one, look at that, it fits nicely in those chimneys, and you've got a selection in the back to plug it in for a TV or any extra things you want to put. So if you have those odd spaces in your house, the gaps, you want to find furniture that fits in those and works well for you. Again, a quick little overview of the stuff I put together in this video. That was quite nice as well, to be honest. I like that. And then obviously I've got the full room set up where I put a sofa in, so check out my other video where I did my sofa review, all the sofas that you can buy and what's the best one. I'll see you on the next video.